Morning. Morning. Let's talk about the water. A lot of people know we need to drink more water. And I give you, in the Chinese and the Tao part, we like to look at the timetable of the organs. Okay. So the very important part in that we need more water is in the morning, and that because we have the detox time, the liver time from 1 to 3 o'clock. The liver actually is the one that works a lot. Okay, and when everybody rests, liver not rest. So liver still have to do the detox, and so the best way to clean your blood is water and sleeping. That is the key. Okay, if you want to really wash your blood. Okay, and the timing is important because 1 to 3 o'clock in the morning, the AM, that's the liver time. Liver will detox, and it takes a while for the body, so it goes into the system and everything. Now, after you clean them out, they need water. So if you wake up in the morning, whatever, 4, 5, or 6 o'clock, you should drink enough water. And that is the time you are actually, it's go right into the timing to clean them out. And also, when you wake up about the 5 to 7 o'clock, and that is a time what we call by the last intestine time. If you have enough water, you will move. So you can train your last intestine in the morning to go to toilet, because that is the time. Okay, I've been toilet training since I'm very small, and I still stick with it. But when I from here go to US, it's opposite. It take me a long while to be coming back again. It take me, that means on and off. So the way I do, I take a fiber, and I have to be continue on 3 days. 3 to 4 days like that. Take fiber, clean them out. So I take in the afternoon, and I know in the morning I move. So the morning time in the US, and LA are different again. Okay, LA is another 3 hours different. So that is, so New York is 12 hours about, and so when I go to Europe, also 6 hours different. So that is very difficult for intestine, but I have to adapt them into the local time. Okay. Otherwise, I reverse my timing. So the easy way, follow the local time and adjust your last intestine, and the water is important, the same. So sunrise, sunset, daytime. And I come back, I adjust myself again, take 1 or 2 days, adjust it, get my last intestine. So I always stick with the morning, go to the toilet. And that is the way and the time you are very important. You train them because they have a brain and they can be trained. And they remember that. Okay. So if you have good enough water in the morning, 2, 3, you don't have to drink them in one time. You wake up, ring your mouth, drink it. And you go into brush your teeth, wash your face, everything. And when you finish, ring your mouth again and drink it. And after you do exercise or you do this and do that, you drink another glass. Now, if you have 2, 3 glasses of water in the morning, you have enough water to clean out your system, so your blood will be clean. Sleep well, because the time when you sleep well, the body do the detox. Okay, form the blood, and the whole system the lymphatic, the lymph node, everything started to do the cleaning. But everything cleaning, you put detergent on the floor, you scratch the floor and everything. If you don't, suddenly what happened? No water. Okay, your forceps, no more water. What are you going to do with it? All the detergent and dirty on the floor and no more water. What are you going to do? Can you clean them out? Can you clean them out? No. Simple. Very simple. So in the lunchtime before lunch or in the between, if you drink 1 or 2 glasses of water, Thursday you drink. And that one you really help your digestion. Okay? Because in the lunchtime, so in the breakfast, so in the stomach time is what time? 7 to 9. So 7 to 9 is the stomach time. So what you should do? Eat like what? Eat like a king, right? Okay. So in 7 to 9 is the breakfast time. Eat like king. Some people don't eat in the morning. It's too busy. So what they have? Coffee, donut, go to work, and they have it. And they reverse the one to eat at night. So at night they eat like king, in the morning they eat like baker. And you are breaking the fast. You see that? You're breaking the fast. So we call breakfast. Okay, you're breaking the fast. And it's a stomach time and breaking the fast, you should what? Eat more. In the lunch time, you don't have stomach time, but you have digestion time. Because that's how a lot of animals, they eat one meal, that's it. That's all they do. Because they take time to digest, they take time to bring it soft, and they take time to elimination. So in lunchtime, you eat like a prince. Eat much lesser because there's no digestion time, but the absorption time. The heart, the small intestine absorption, and the heart carry the nutrition blood into the cells. Afternoon, evening, you don't have anything. It's the kidney, bladder and kidney time. Now, so you eat like what? A baker. Okay, you eat like baker. Eat very little, not too much. You still need to eat something. Okay, they need to collect this spelling here. Yeah. Now, in 7 to 9 is very important. That if you have 7 to 9, you drink a glass of water, and that if we in the downstairs is for the heart, because pericardium time is for the heart. Pericardium and triple warmer, because the whole day we're too busy, you drink a glass of water, you cool them down. Oh, can you tell Lake to change, because she fixed to change the spelling of baker. They're spelling wrong. Okay, yeah, this slide they know it. Okay, and so if you do that, you have a whole day simple and understanding, and you try it out. If you do that, you try it out immediately, you have a much better body, much better health. And if you drink enough water and get good enough rest, now you are cleaning out your blood. When the worst thing about the thing is the blood sedimentation and block all the capillary and no nutrition, nothing can feed into to the cell and organ, and that is the sickness we have. Okay, now when you do this, when you do the Qinei, a lot of detox happen. So you need to really tell the people, hey, you need to drink enough water. If they don't drink enough water, the detox that you go in, because you do a lot of organ, and the organ hard, when you press on the organ very hard, you know why? Because too much toxic. It's blocking all the capillary and they're not soft. So when you clear them out, all the toxic come out into the blood, into the lymph system. And the liver need to change the toxin into urea, and kidney recognize them and take it out. Kidney smart when they're healthy, because when the blood, they have blood that carry nutrition, and they have blood carry toxic. But when the kidney recognize urea, they take it out. Okay? But it's not urea, they cannot take it out. And those toxic will settle down in the kidney because the kidney cannot recognize it. So the body system is they have a systematically, so if the liver breaking down and you not give them enough rest in the evening, at night, they don't do the detox. And now the whole problem started to happen, okay? So you need to explain to your client, sometimes we call the student. You have to help them, okay? Now, so the next part, we're going to go into the small intestine. And so all the things we're still working in the abdominal. You see the abdominal, and this area have very closely connection with all the point here, because many meridians come around the ear here. And so you can see this area, the color are matched. So sometimes you find something here and you cannot release. You come up and work on this area. Some area very painful, okay, and very tension. And you clear a little bit and you work on here, and you make a connection, and you work on it, and it open. Sometimes it's just a connection, and you find the connection, and it started to open. The place that you work on. And all these point area, all from here, around the ear, is all this point. There are so many meridians which we don't want to talk about it. But we know that this area show connection into the organ. And when you work on the place that is too hard, and it's no pulsing, nothing work, you come here and find them out. Sometimes I just use the nail like this, scratching on it. And I feel that when the piece, oh, very painful, very painful. Now you find that connection. And you massage a little bit, and you massage here, and you find connection, and usually, or sometimes they bail out, and they get out. And that part is gone, okay? So that is the, the same thing that there's so much painful point all around here. So the east, the west, they have the very similar understanding. And now I always look at both, the east, the west, and we can start to understand that how this all works. So this is all the trigger point. So the trigger point actually are very connecting to the organ meridian and organ. But if you organ meridian, you have to work on the organ, and you clear out the meridian, okay? So so now we come into the abdominal part. Abdominal part, later on when we go deeper, you can see every area in the stomach, there are certain problems in there, okay? So abdominal are reflecting so many problems we have. And once you understand the basic organ, and you started to understand what the organ do, and you can know that what area is pain, what causing that problem can happen, okay? Basically, we're going to work on the small intestine part. So when we work on the small intestine part, so we're going to start into the skin detox. So we start with skin detox, and we're working into the line, okay, the line, and we find the knot. We try to find the knot. Knot is emotional, it's major part. Hot, cold, food, and make a knot. And now we know that this causing that is the 79 organ, the number 79 organ, the mesentery, the one that control all the digestion, absorption, elimination. That's about 9 organs together, about 9 different organs are responsible for example, digestion. So you have what? Liver, gallbladder, stomach, and stomach we divide many of them. Stomach, and duodenum, and pancreas. Okay. Now 5, and the Tao and the Chinese we believe the spleen, so 6. And now you have small intestine. Small intestine we divide so many different parts. It's too long, very long. Small intestine, and we have last thing we divide in ascending, transverse, descending, rectum. So that is more than 10 to 12. So now they have 10 to 12 organs. They're working in digestion, absorption, and elimination. So if you have a team of people working like that, what you need? You need a director. You need a controller. Or you have an orchestra, have that many instruments, what you need? A conductor. And this one, as we say, very important part, we call the mesentery organs. Okay? So this organ is cover all the digestion, absorption, and elimination, and is directing them. And is right cover on the back, the whole back of the organ. And now we know that when this one are twisted, the blood supply cannot go into there. And the organ started to malfunction and started to die. And that is not very good. Okay? Malfunction and die. And in the olden time, in the beginning of the operation, they cut them, they pull them out, they cut them, because you cannot do it, So they cut out the director, okay? And everybody get crazy. There no director to conduct them. They get crazy on it. So that's why this very important part. And this is the one that's going to be twisted. And when this one twisted, and the stress and tension, and you make a twist. The stress and tension ongoing every day, is twist. People can very painful. As I said, when this stress and tension cannot release, we get big trouble. Okay. So you see here, the stomach, liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, all these organs is amazing. It's doing digestion, absorption, elimination. So if we cannot, how many blood vessels inside there? This is terrible, capillary so small, and that's blocking. And you started to feel, you do it. And when you organ by organ focus on it, you are releasing all these blockages. Nothing can do. Your finger. So I look at all the 3 doing. So now when you untie the knot, you still need the fingers. There's no other way. And after that, now we use the microcurrent. Okay, so now yesterday we worked on the last intestine. So you see there are ileocecal, you see sigmoid colon, their curve. So you see it's one way of no return. You take something, go in digestion, absorption, and elimination. So it's one way, no return. Okay. So if you have some idea, make sure this sigmoid and rectum is open. You activate them and make them more awareness, and they open. Now, you're opening the gate. There is one way of gate. They get out. They can get out. Okay. Now, And after that, you're opening the ileocecal valve, a tiny little gate. The stool can coming in. Now the digestion can do something. When the digestion and that after that absorption, now when it moves, now the stomach can push food down. Otherwise, it will blow off the stomach because no way to get out. Okay, so you see from the mouth in all the way digestion, take 4 to 5 hours to digestion, okay, and take a few hours to absorption. That's a whole day job. If you eat too much food, the body don't know what to do with it. And you eat not good food, the body also, after they go to so many hours of digestion, and say, oh no, we cannot use them. Okay. And it's too late to know. So after that, now we're going to go into the intestine. Okay? So the small intestine. So you understand that it's one way. If this way we cannot clear them out, or the other way will be blocking. Okay? And yesterday we go to this part, spiral, and we make straight line, and you find the knot, and you find some kind of pain. A lot of twisted is twisted in here, because this is one string. Okay, so when this one twisted, it pull. We call the lumbar plexus twist, the nerves twist. It pull the sciatic nerve, leg nerve, and it pull here to up to the arm pain, shoulder pain, back pain. Is here, the string are too short because it twisted, and it pull the whole string too tight, and it's very painful. So you untie the string and knot in the abdominal. Now the rest, you clear them out, you shake them out, so the nerve get longer and the pain release. If you keep on massage the pain part and don't untie this abdominal area, because this is what? Lumbar plexus, solar plexus, brachial plexus. Okay? This is all the nervous system. Okay? All the nerve. From here go into the back, from here go into the leg, from here go into the sexual organ, everywhere, from here lumbar plexus. So lumbar plexus is a big nervous system. Okay? And always there's something twisted. So the whole nerve from the spine twisted there. You untie them, the pain release. You don't untie them, you can stop the pain in the local, but the major part you cannot. It's still there. Okay? If you don't want to pick up sick energy, meditation. Energy meditation. Believe me. Okay? Thou have 6,000 years experience on that. Okay? And it's very, very clear. The only problem in the Tao problem, you know what? There are too much practice. Why too much practice? Everybody in China want to have one Qigong form. And you know how many people in China? Now it's 1.4 billion. Okay? So everybody want to have one form of Qigong. The India also, everybody want to have one asana, one position of the yoga, bear under the name or last name. And you know how many Indian people. Okay? So the same. There's too many practice there. And they've written down 5,000 volumes, and everybody's so confused. And that is the problem. Now, one simple thing is the tree and the earth can take our sick energy. Or you pick up sick energy, you are bring it down to the nature. The best is the nature. Okay? Because you have to understand a simple thing. The Mother Earth can compose all the organic garbage. So the sick energy is organic garbage. Okay? Emotional energy is also organic garbage because they can transform back and forth. Okay? So it can transform them down to the ground and convert them into good energy. You see the point? Yeah. So that's why a brick wall are very good transforming sick energy down to the earth. And if you are believe a mutual benefit, you get it. If you don't believe it, you don't get it. You see? Because you believe that the mother can take your sick energy down and convert to good energy. Now it works. Okay? So the tree, the brick wall, or the earth itself. Like you do Qigong, rooting, connecting to the earth, and you let go your sick energy. Okay? So the tree practice, and in the Tao way, they are very think about the tree. So we have the whole tree meditation, okay? And you can feel pine tree, because pine tree, they are all year round. Even winter, they still have leaf, okay? But some tree, in the winter, they go to sleep. So they say, don't bother them. When they go to sleep, don't bother them. Okay, you got to sit, let them sleep. You know, they're not going to do anything for you. Okay. Now, sometimes meditation, the tree, it exchanges energy. You see, the way the Tao look at it, when we exhale the CO2, that right? And what the tree said. In the daytime, when there's sun, they take our CO2 and they convert the C into carbohydrate, to food. And they release O2 to us, to CO2. But the CO2, when in the system, if we hold that CO2 too much, what happens? We sick or we die. So a mutual benefit is very simple understanding. Now the stool, leftover food, the organic garbage, leaf, branches, if you pile under the ground, what happens? It will compose and become fertilized. If you take all these things out of the earth, what happens to the soil? Cannot grow anything. It all die. You see this? So if you have to understand very one simple thing, a mutual benefit. Okay? A mutual benefit is very simple. It is something I cannot be used, but you can use. You see the point? So there's no guilty here. No guilty. Your negative and your sickness, if you let go to the earth, the Mother Earth will take it, compose it. If you take all the sick energy out of the earth, the Mother Earth have no energy. If you can think this way, now your life changes. So no sin, no devil, no go to hell. Okay? It's a mutual benefit. It's a mutual benefit. Okay? All my negative, I can compose and recycle. Have the idea? Very important. If you have to train yourself. Very simple. That's what we do on the Sikh Sound. Okay? That you learn already. You have to relax when your palm cover on the knee and the feet, and you relax, let go your sick energy, let go your emotional, let it go to the earth. And believe the Mother convert them into gold color. That is a wealth and fortune and health. Health, wealth, and fortune. The gold color from the earth. Give us. But you have to give something back to the earth. The earth can convert it and it gives something back to you. Okay? So you understand that? This is very important. Don't get yourself get sick. I do healing 30, 40 years. I mean, I doing lesser now. Before I do it, now I train so many people. So every 4 or 5 years, they give me a #1 Qigong in the world. You know why they give me #1 Qigong in the world? Because I heal people the most. So who give me, you know that? all acupuncture and the Chinese medicine in the US and the Europe. They give me Qigong Master of the World. Because I heal the most people, but I'm not healing more now. I teach people, and they go home and they practice according to that, they get healed. And that's what my development. I teach you, but I want to make sure you don't get sick and you can help other people. You see? When you get sick, it's no fun. You know that? Because you will pick up sick energy. You will pick it up. But once you learn how to, when you learn the sequencing sound, and you learn how the fusion, you know how to compose and let go. You know how to compose and let go. So you don't accumulate this energy inside you. That is the only one I concern. So when you learn this, you started to understand that, hey, I'm getting healthier and healthier and I don't get sick. Because sometimes a very simple thing we never know. People do healing and don't do anything. Yes, you can last on 5 years, 10 years, but after that, boom, you're gone. That's why I see so many people. I live long enough to see so many people did it wrong and boom, boom, it's gone. Okay? They drain themselves. Rome is not fall down in one day, remember that, right? Beginning when they built the Roman Empire, all the very smart empire, and later on, you know what happened? They have a few idiot emperor, you know, the few idiot one, and you have a few idiot one. You have to be a few century, and now the Rome fall. You see that? It's not one day fall down. But people drain themselves. It's not one day happen. Okay, but you know that you get weaker and weaker and no more energy because you're draining your sickness too much. Okay, so this one, in the morning I will instruct Jutta or water to do the 3 meditation. Very important for you to do that. Okay, and the next thing we're going to release this diaphragm. So we are prepared to do the small intestine. So we need to release all this diaphragm and this, because when it block, the intestine have no room to go. Okay, the pubic the thoracic diaphragm have to move, and the pubic diaphragm have to move. When all is so tension and this diaphragm cannot move, the organ cannot expand and contract. When you cannot expand enough, contract enough, now there are no circulation. So this diaphragm, oftentimes people, this too tight, cannot breathe. Okay, so this opening the diaphragm and opening the rib cage here is so important. Okay, so we're going to go to all this, releasing all the rib cage. Okay, and this is the technique, but this is a very important part. And when you finish it, you're doing the breathing. Okay, if you're in here, liver, so liver sound, and you in here is the stomach and the spleen, and you're going down, spleen, pancreas, stomach, and the lung. So these, all the organs are here. You need to have people breathing, push against your finger, exhale, do the where the organ area, and now you have to teach them how to breathe in that particular organs. Okay, and last intestine, we did that. Now you see last intestine. Yesterday we did. If any part of this last intestine are pain, and this I think in handbook you have this picture. So any point here, we will reflecting all the problem in the whole body. So constipation can cause a lot of problem in the whole body organs. Okay, so it's all along the ascending, transverse column, descending column, sigmoid and rectum. So along here you have like prostate gland, kidney, pancreas, liver, gallbladder, shoulder pain, lung problem, sexual impact, and now you have this neck problems, speech problem, and all these senses, all these descending column have a lot of problem. It's all involved with the brain. So last intestine, very important. Okay, and that's why we are working on yesterday. And now we have so much. If you don't do that, this one are pulled by gravitation and it very sag down. Okay, people sometimes they can do themselves, get a board and make it about 45 degrees. Okay, and can laying down. That help. Really help the people. Yeah, because the last intestine is the number one in here. You need to really understand it and help people to do it. Otherwise, this is going too big, and this is hanging down, and this is so big in the rectum, and it's on. And when the stool are too much, it causes back pain. So many people, they get so much back pain, they don't know because of the constipation. And when they come in, we give the fiber and the lactose sometimes, and when we clean out the last intestine. So in my master, when people don't clean out the last intestine, they don't do chinichang, because you are working on the stool. So all you are touching is the stool, and all the food back up in the small intestine. Okay, so you need to get the last intestine out. And you look at this. This is why this is so big, because it's ascending. Okay, stool heavy, especially you have too much only meat. Okay, so over here we always try to make meat and vegetable stir fry together, so they're more balancing, and you have more. If you have more vegetable with some meat, mixing together, it make it more lighter. Now the stool will not too heavy. The stool will not heavy, and it packing down in this right hand side, ascending column. Okay, very important. Okay, and scooping down. So all the technique. Okay. So now this abdominal problem will reflecting the chest problem, and the chest problem will reflecting the face problem, because it's very important. So the lung, the last intestine connecting with the lung. When your last intestine not good, cannot do, this one stuck, and it press on your lumbar plexus, and you get back pain. So when you release the stool, the back pain gone. Okay, so that's why you have to, wherever you are, you have to have a systematic way of how to do the, advise people how to clean out their last intestine. If they have colonic, that's very good. Tell them to have colonic. If not, tell them to have fiber. So sometimes you can just find the local good fiber and invite them to take it. Or you just sell them the good fiber. That's always advice. Okay, we use the selenium, volcano ash, and the fiber mixed together. So when people do the colon cleaning, we take them. Or they just take that and they go home, they can clean them out. Now constipation always connecting here. So we call the stool stuck in the brain, because the toxins too much and stuck into the brain. And it's very painful in this area, okay, in these two areas. So the technique we do yesterday, and so we review again, and the double scoop, and find you coming down, and you scoop them. Now we come up to the small intestine. So all the technique, you learn the simple technique and the back and forth very similar. Okay, the hand technique. Okay, so you have the hand technique. This is scooping. This is also scooping, scoop. Okay. This is double palm scooping. Okay. And this is pushing. This is pushing, and this is patting down. Okay. Sometimes you can do yourself. You can do yourself. Now the small intestine involved with absorption. Okay. When we have too big dummy, the small intestine spread too big. Okay. And absorption power down because too big, too wide. The large intestine and stomach can enlarge 5 to 10 times. And that's why people now, they stretch their stomach to 10 times. Okay, so big. Okay. And they cannot stop eating. The only one way what they do, cut off the stomach. Yeah, that's the only way they, actually they now is not cutting, they put a ring. So the stomach this big, they make it to this big. So they eat about 10 spoons a day, that's all. They eat on the 10 spoon. And because my son is a surgery, he do a lot of this now. And he said, Papi, you know that? Those people that have big tummy and eat so much, they have high blood pressure, diabetes, kidney problem, heart problem, everything. Oh my gosh, just a problem. And after it make the stomach to only this big, and they only eat 15 spoons, the most. If you eat more, you vomit out. And high blood pressure gone, diabetes gone, heart attack, heart problem gone, kidney problem gone, everything gone. After 6 months, no need medicine. You know, it's funny, you know. So that is an amazing thing, huh? You know. And we eat too much medicine, also big trouble. Oh, I just see a report, but in the Chinese they sent me. They said, they said, you know, when the doctor strike, there are some doctor in America, in the state they strike, and one time they have a long strike in Israel. Yeah, and you know what happened after the doctor strikes? Huh? You know what happened? The dying rate dropped 50%. And they say, oh my God, is that real? And they do again, and look again. Or when they have the doctor strike, and it dropped. It really, if they strike about 1 month or something like that, the death rate dropped 50%. Sometimes 20 to 30%. This is a lot, you know. I don't know if it's a joke or not, we don't know. So we're going to go to the small intestine. So the few technique that you understand, the small intestine, they like working like a S shape. You call a S. Okay? Because it curves like this. It curves like S. It curves like this. It curves. So everyone has small curve, and you like to be shake. That's why when we're walking, and you feel the intestine moving, now the intestine, they like so much. Because that is the time everything moves and they can absorb. Yeah. But when it's stay there and heavy and set down, intestine don't like it. So after you eat, you walk a little bit, now, and you rub it and make it shake. So A shape and shake it. So the whole thing is A shape and find the technique. And you scoop them smaller. Don't let them spread out too much. And you see something, you work with it, or you shaking it. So sometimes you pull them up. So that is make a small intestine, move it out. Sometimes you move, it move. Okay? So when you hear sometimes, when you move something, shake something, and mean intestine are moving. That's all. And you do a good job, I tell you. You do a very good job. Sometimes people just don't move. And it blocked there, and it blocked for a while. All you need little bit help. Now it go. And people feel, oh, something move. And they feel good immediately. Yeah. Okay?